Hello aviation friends! So before this video begins, a quick personal message from me. This video covers my 100th flight. My first ever flight was long ago, in the summer of 1999. Feels long ago actually. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it feels quite long ago. It was with a Transavia Boeing 737-800 from Amsterdam Schiphol to Gran Canaria, Las Palmas. I was just close to 2 years old back then. Since then a lot has happened, and since like 2017 I really started clocking up the flights. And now I've passed the 100 mark, which for me feels like a nice milestone. I wanted the trip report of this flight to be somewhat different to mark the occasion, and my fellow AvGeek and travel buddy Ryan was glad to help out. So Ryan, take it away!
It's cold. There again, as to be expected 500 miles south of the Arctic Circle in February. Snow on the ground and clear skies give way to a beautiful evening here in Stockholm. It's been a fun day spotting with some highlights from the region. The beautiful winter weather really does make the photos and videos. In this video, we will take a short flight from Stockholm to Copenhagen on the Norwegian air shuttle. This video is unusual in that it's been narrated by my long-term travel buddy and English sidekick, Ryan Taylor of Vanquish Photography. This will be Rudi's 100th flight, and for myself, flight 162. The last time we flew together on Norwegian was at the start of 2020, on a flight from Copenhagen to Prague, operated by Danish Air Transport. That aircraft can only be described as a flying rust bucket with wings, though that A321, registered OYRUU, still flies to this day. I invite you now to sit back, relax and enjoy this quick flight across the Baltic. Stockholm is a lovely airport with a clean, modern feel. It's easy to get around inside and great for spotting too. Arriving on our stand is our aircraft, SE-RXD of Norwegian Air Sweden. This 10-year-old Boeing 737-800 started life as PKGFY for Garuda Indonesia, being retired in 2021 before joining Norwegian at the end of 2022. The aircraft was one of the first to show the airline's new tail designs in colour, featuring influential artists, musicians, poets, writers and explorers. This particular aircraft is named after Wen Shi Foss, a Norwegian actress who died in 2011. Boarding tonight was via the jet bridge. The cabin feels clean and modern with a bright ambience. When booking this flight, it was down to be a 737 MAX, and we chose our seats accordingly. Sadly, due to the downgrade, I forgot to factor in that row 12 did not have a window. The friendly crew were quick to reseat us on the quiet flight with only 70 people on board. We were fully ready to go and pushed back 10 minutes early. As we push back and start our engines, the safety demonstration is done in English and one of the Scandinavian languages.
Once outside the aircraft, inflate the jacket by pulling the red tabs, and if necessary, use the mouthpiece. Airline on the jacket will activate automatically when the battery comes in contact with water. Smoking and use of electronic cigarettes is not permitted at any time. And please study the safeguard located in the seat pocket in front of you, which contains additional safety information. We thank you for your attention and wish you a pleasant flight with Norwegian. Vi vill gärna sammanfatta en del av säkerhetsinformationen ombord. Om trycket i kabinen blir för lågt kommer lucka i panelen ovanför det att öppnas automatiskt och syrgasmaskar faller då ner. Ta en mask kort till dig, placera gummibanden runt huvudet och andas normalt. Då får ni ingen mask först innan du hjälper andra. Detta flygplan har 8 nödutgångar, 2 längst bak, 4 vid vingarna och 2 längst fram i kabinen. Det finns ljusslingor i golvet som visar vägen till samtliga nödutgångar. Omvar vänligen och lägg märke till din närmsta nödutgång. Det finns en flytväst under varje stol. Flytvästen blåses upp utanför flygplanet genom att man drar i de röda handtagen. Rökning samt användning av eldförande cigaretter är inte tillåtet ombord. Innan någon blev det att äta upp stolsryggen, slå bordet och stanna fast säkert.
As we taxi out to runway 22 here in Stockholm, we go to see the lights of the airport flash past. We were hopeful on this flight of getting a chance to see the Northern Lights or the Aurora Borealis. Sadly, that wasn't to be, though we did get to see them the night before in Reykjavik. crew are not messing about in getting us on our way to Copenhagen. As we taxi out, you can feel the crosswinds blowing against the aircraft. You know it's a gusty night when you can feel the winds and you can see it shaking the wings. No messing about on the runway. Powerful takeoff gets us into the night sky very quickly. As we continue to climb up to our cruising altitude of 40,000 feet, we experience turbulence all the way. As the night was so clear, we had an excellent view of the shining lights of Sweden below us, and indeed the stars above us. On this particular flight, we even got a clear view of Venus. As we continued to climb up to 40,000 feet, the crew started the in-flight service. They left the lights on, half lighted on this particular flight, which is nice, as the harsh LED lighting can be quite intense on the BSI interior 737s. The in-flight service was quick and nothing more or less routine than any other intra-European low-cost airline. On the Scandinavian routes, Norwegian only offer hot and cold drinks and snacks for sale. Norwegian's aircraft are simple but comfortable. The legroom is about the same as any other 737. But they feel clean and modern. To celebrate Mr. Rudi's 100th flight, I got the drinks in. I'm an Englishman and I can't function without tea. The Flying Dutchman opted for his trademark hot chocolate. Last time we flew together on Norwegian, the tea, well I'm not sure what it was, dust chippings in hot water I think, and the hot chocolate I can only describe as brown liquid with grit floating in it. Today I can say was much different. Both of us enjoyed our drinks and took a few moments to reminisce and hold a mini toast to such an important landmark in anyone's flying logbook. We're not too far away from Copenhagen now. As we approach from the north, I'm told there's usually a beautiful view of the city. Copenhagen is always consistent though in my experience, consistently raining, but it's always good to be consistent at something. Unfortunately we didn't see the ground until we were more or less above the runway. Oh my god. The approach was fairly rough, however the first officer put us onto 22 left very smoothly for the conditions. I hope somebody remembered the oars. We might be needing them at this rate. As we taxi towards the terminal building, on the left-hand side of the aircraft will be the Flickr grill and spotting area and cafe.
På vägnar av hela besättningen tackar vi för att ni har valt att flyga med oss på Norwegian idag.
We could quite clearly see it was a gruesome night out there, and we were not overly impressed at the thought of the walk to the hotel.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the airline emergency exit clear from all hand luggage until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Sadly, had I have known then what I know now, we could have jumped on the metro for one stop, which would have avoided the worst of the weather.
You may now use your electronic devices, but please note that smoking and use of electronic cigarettes is still not permitted. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for choosing Norwegian this evening, and we'll see you aboard again soon. Thank you. Bye.
With the rain hammering on the windows, it became more or less impossible to continue to film or photograph. We arrive onto the Schengen gates at Copenhagen. Disembarking was done fairly quickly. Rudi stayed behind for a quick flight deck visit. I, on the other hand, got chatted to the captain and the purser on this flight. I noticed some Norwegian crew have got lovely tail fin badges. The purser on this flight had a Pride-inspired tail fin badge. If anybody knows where they can be obtained, I'd love to hear from you.
Cabin crew, these are flight cross check-in report.
And that concludes Mr. Rudi's 100th flight. Onwards to the hotel for a twin room for two abominable snowmen.